So I get 100 calls every single day for the last decade from the back of the book. Isn't that awesome? And for this gal from Texas, she just wanted to know if somebody would really answer if she dialed the number. Yeah. And I just think one of the things that we can give to one another, in addition to authenticity, is availability. Just be available. I'm never the smartest guy in the room, but I promise you I'm the most available guy in the room.
That is incredible. So tell me about, because you're a very busy man, I can imagine, why in the world would you put your phone number in the back of a book, firstly? And secondly, how in the world do you find the availability throughout the busyness?
Isn't that great? Well, I don't know. Have you ever found somebody you liked a lot, like it made your heart skip a beat?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I was in law school. I was a really busy guy until I met Maria. Then I had all the time in the world for her. That's crazy. Like, you think you're really busy until you find somebody that you love. You'd be like, I'm not busy.
I know.
I just got things going on. Yeah. And so in the same way, maybe what we do, I've noticed that people that write a lyric to a song or hit the drums just the right way or play the piano or write a book, they got less available rather than more available. And I look at some of the people that just changed Earth forever, Jesus, not only Jesus, but other people, and they seem to be just uber available. And before there was even Uber, they were just available. And so I thought, what if I just try to get as available as some of the people I admire? Because something weird happened. There started being people that write a lyric to the song or something, and then they're less available, or a pastor of a big church, and then now they have middlemen. And Jesus is like God, and he didn't have anybody. He picked 12 guys, and one of his own Sunday school class guys went south on him. So I just thought, why don't I just be available and see what happens? So I just know, while I don't know this young lady from Texas, I know I'll hear from her in an hour, but I know between now and then she'll feel tremendously honored that I just said hello.
I feel the same way as her, because when I reached out to you, you responded literally within like 5 minutes of me sending the email. And I was like, you've got to be kidding me. Because normally it takes like days or a week or something like that for me to actually get a response. And sometimes that response is a no. But you gave me a yes. And I was like, this is incredible. So what I want to ask you, Bob, is have you found it challenging sometimes to actually say yes to somebody?
Well, actually, yes is pretty easy. It's saying no and like disappointing people. Because I bet your listeners could identify with this. I just think we're all insecure. We're just insecure about different things. And so you can find somebody that feels really confident about one thing, and that's terrific. But you'll find that they'll be insecure about something else. And so if we just realize that we're all insecure about different things, one of the things that is super helpful to do is to figure out what you're insecure about and why you're insecure about it. So for instance, I don't like saying no to people because I'm not insecure about being liked because I'm a nice guy. But what I'm insecure about is that I know what it feels like to be rejected. And so I remember the pain of what that feels like. And it's not a harrowing story. It just makes me like everybody else. And so when I say no, I don't want them to feel what I felt because it reminds me of what it feels like. And also have a thing about, what do you guys call it, being a tall poppy?
Yeah, tall poppy's intro. Yeah.
Just be like, no tall poppies around here. Just chill out. And one of the things you can do is just stop sending people to voicemail. Or to your point, I get 500 or 600 emails a day. I just answered 500 or 600 emails a day. I just answer them. If they're nice enough to think about me, I just answer them. Now, I don't send them 3 paragraphs, but I don't say like yes, no, and maybe. I just honor them. Look, wouldn't that be a life well led if you could just try to honor the people around you? And here in America, we've got a lot to learn about that. We've got some people that have been real jerks. And so when I'm trying to do this idea of like loving your enemies, I don't have a bunch of enemies. But there's some people that I don't think highly of. There's one running our country for another week and a half. And so how do you love difficult people? And then the realization for me is that I'm one of the difficult people. Like we all think that we're just such a delight to get along with, but I actually realize I'm difficult too. Now, I'm not comparing myself to another person who's a real jerk, because I know I've been around myself long enough to know I can be a real jerk, but God never compares what he creates. And so I'm not trying to compare myself to you. I'm not trying to be nice. You can't be nice enough, swell enough, generous enough, available enough to be loved by God. I just think you're loved.